Do you ever decide to make a change in your life, to improve it, to stop playing those games or whatever it is that's really dragging you down or holding you back from accomplishing the things that you want, and then you blink, you've reinstalled League of Legends, and you're already 3 games in? In this video, I want to tell you why you relapse into bad habits and what you can do to fix that. What's up, Legend? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, where I help geeks, gamers, and creatives to play life better. I've definitely been through this before when, wanting to create a better life for myself, wanting to stop, for example, spending hours and hours and hours playing Overwatch or League of Legends or whatever it was at the time, World of Warcraft, and do something for my life. Right? To not get to the point where I'm looking back 30 years in the future or something like that, and I'm like, I've completely wasted my life. I regret never doing any of the things that I've wanted. That's a horrible feeling. I'm sure you don't want to look back at your life and regret not taking your life more seriously, not leveling up the correct skills, not putting talent points into the correct aspects of your own life. Instead wasting it all on things that really don't fulfill you in the future. And for me, there was a huge pull, as I'm sure there is for you, to maintain this consistency of living a life that I wasn't satisfied with. Although I love games, it's a balance, right? I choose to play the game now instead of I'm just so exhausted and I don't really know what to do, so I might as well just load up the game. So the 3 main reasons for why you relapse into bad habits. The first one is trial and error. Like the thing that you've attempted to do might be too big for where you are right now. You cannot slay a dragon in one hit. You need to build up to it, right? And with quitting a game or something like that, or bad habits, there are ways that you can change what's going on within your mental space. You can remove the cravings and things like that, like I did with Coca-Cola. I used to drink it all the time, and I at one point decided that it's not what I want anymore. I don't want to drink this. And now I've tried to drink it twice in the past 10 years or so, and I've almost thrown up because it's just it repulses me. Like for a while I couldn't even look at it without feeling sick, and that was an instant switch that took like 5 minutes, right? So there are ways of doing that, and I can help you with that if you stay to the end of the video. But there are other ways as well, as like not quitting cold turkey, right? Like weaning yourself off of it. I did that with games in the sense that I slowly reduced the games that I played and started adding more of the intentional things that I wanted to do to change my life. Like I'm gonna play a half hour less today, and I'm gonna study for that half hour. And then there's habit gravity. This is a concept by Eben Pagan. You can look him up if you want to. Very, very smart guy. Basically, there are so many things that we have going in terms of neurology and the habits and things that we do every day that just make it easier to maintain that homeostasis and to stay in our comfort zone, right? Your neurology, like you fire the same neural pathways again and again and again, it becomes easier and easier to do it. And so there's that necessity to apply more force or more effort to stop doing those things that come naturally and come easily, right? Like when I moved to Japan, I didn't know Japanese, but I had to learn it, right? Well, I wanted to learn it. But it was easier to just try to speak English to people, right? It's easier. And yet I had to force myself to do the uncomfortable thing in order to get the skill that I wanted. You don't become a level 99 warrior or something like that instantly when you start the game. That's not fun, right? You go through your levels, you go through quests, you gain experience, you move the needle, you gain new skills, unlock new skill sets, and that's how you become better. And that is uncomfortable stuff. That's not easy to do necessarily, right? It takes time, and it takes intentional combating against the comfort zone. And another thing, I'll give you a hack, I suppose, for later on in the video, but this is your motivation. When you are not motivated enough, then you're not going to have the desire to do the things that you feel uncomfortable about, the things that you think are hard or feel are hard, right? You're going to naturally do what's easier. Right? I'm just so tired right now. I don't really want to work on myself. I don't want to make a video. I don't want to study or whatever it is. So I'll just load up a game. Maybe I'll do it next time, right? That's how you relapse, because the motivation to continue is not as high as it should be or needs to be in order to give you that escape velocity to get out of the habit gravity. And another one is there's probably too many old triggers. They're things that just are there that remind you to do the thing that you don't want to do, right? If you have Wild Rift, League of Legends, or something like that on your phone, when you open it, you see it, and you're like, well, it's really easy to click on it. If you have, alcohol in your fridge and you're trying to stop drinking alcohol, well, if it's in your fridge, you might as well just kind of open it up and drink it, right? If you have it around you, it's easy to follow those triggers and habits and things like that. Same with relationships and thoughts as well. And the last one is secondary gains. So there is always a reason, a positive intention behind anything that you do. And it might not feel like that a lot of times. There's a need, a desire to fulfill something that is being fulfilled by the game. Satisfying that need in some way will make it easier to not relapse into that bad habit. So what you can do to implement this knowledge and actually make it a practice, right? It's not empty, just knowledge with no experience attached to it is just nothing, right? You need to do something about it in order to implement it to change your life, right? To turn it into wisdom and learning, behavior change. You need to build this escape velocity. The easiest way for me to explain that, based off my own experiences, is to make it a must. Like, why must I do this thing? Why must you change this habit? Don't focus on how do I not relapse? That's not good, right? Because then you're going to be just thinking relapse. I just want to play that game, blah, blah, blah. And then you do it because that's all you're thinking about. And so the easiest way to tie this into a must, to make it into a must, is to tie it into somebody else. To say, if I succeed, if I get this certification, if I stop playing games and change my life, if I am healthy, not a smoker or whatever it is, then what benefit is going to be there for somebody else, right? My child is going to live a happier life. I'm going to be able to provide for my family. I'm going to be able to impact the world. I'm going to have the relationship that I want to have. Right? Tie it to other people. My mom will be proud of me. Whatever it is. Finding a way to tie it to somebody else gives you more necessity for accountability. Doesn't matter your personality type. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. It's keeping yourself accountable. And most people I talk to say that, I just need somebody to keep me accountable. Well, keep yourself accountable by attaching it to other people, whether it's in your mind or real. Like I tell myself all the time, if I don't make a video, then somebody out there that could need this information is not going to get it, and then I kind of fail them, right? I'm hurting them in the process of me being lazy. And the way that you can find what the secondary gains are is to ask yourself these two questions. What does it allow me to do? Again, reinstalling League of Legends or scrolling down Reddit too much or something like that, social media stuff. What does that allow me to do? It allows me to relax. It allows me to take my mind off things. It allows me to escape a little bit. I had a crappy day. I don't like my job, whatever it is. It helps you find some sort of solace amongst all the chaos. That's what it's helping you do. So that's why you do it. That makes sense. Like, of course, that's what people want. But then if you ask yourself, what does it allow you to not do? I don't want to struggle with imposter syndrome later down the road. Maybe that's something that you're afraid of. So relapsing into this bad habit allows me to avoid that. It allows me to not make a fool out of myself. It allows me to not struggle, to not doubt myself, because I'm pretty good at that game. And so it allows you to possibly not step up into a higher level of yourself, right? Because that's kind of scary. What am I capable of? What are you capable of? We don't know. There's kind of a sense of safety within that comfort as well. And if you are ready and you want some accountability from somebody else like myself, you can go to schedule.geekpsychology.com, schedule a short strategy session where we can figure out if, what you want to do, get some more clarity on that, make sense of it so that you can set yourself up for the next step. And if it looks like we're a good fit for each other, then we can talk about one-on-one coaching so that I can be there as an accountability buddy and help you with hypnosis and other techniques and things like that I know that I have, that I've used within my life to help me live a life that I wake up every day just happy to be living. Keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.